recording the session. I forgot to do that disclosure. Yeah. So there were a couple of admins who were asking if we can do a record option, so we are recording this. And also we got some interesting requests last 2 days that how do I convince my manager? So just like what we have for JNAC or JNL or any other conferences which ideally happens, there is a way or a mailer format which ideally on those websites which are available, which is called as convince your manager. While we are launching our website today, we probably can work on convince your manager as a thing. So anytime you are attending managers can be informed that okay, you are not going elsewhere, you probably are doing some work stuff there. And of course, while the community will grow, you can present the same thing within your organization. So that's where your manager would also know that you are going elsewhere for some work related stuff only, which can ultimately benefit the organization that you're working for. So let's start with doing a warm welcome with everyone. So hello, namaste. So we try to cover all the languages that we know because India as a whole is a big region. So when we compare it to any other continent, we probably are multiple countries all together as one country at this moment. And why it is so important as a Mac admin community in India, because we all probably work on clients which are working outside India. That can be anywhere part of APEC, that can be anywhere part of EMEA, or it can be anywhere part of the North America as a region. So I myself as an admin, I worked in 3 different shifts when I was working as a Mac administrator, and I believe same for all of you guys as well. At one particular stage, you may have worked for customers in APEC, customers in EMEA, or customers in USA. So that's where these are the admins who would know what happens in every region. Probably other admins would know only about their country, their region, but the whole India community is a bright community which ideally get connected with all across the globe, and we should take more and more benefit out of that. Right? If I'm knowing other region and how they work, why not we leverage that particular skill to help the other community member in India? So that's where it is so important, community, India as a community, and we are trying to set that message. Whenever we are meeting with any community member outside India, we are always saying good words about the community which is there. The Mac admins which are here who are continuously making sure all the systems are running quite fine all across the globe. So for that, a huge round of applause for all the admins in the room or over there. So the agenda for today looks like this. We are already running 20 minutes late. That doesn't mean that we are going to cut short your part. Presenters, please rest assured you will get enough time because we have spent the entire last 1 hour as a general discussion. So just in case we need to push back, we can push back as well. We will start with welcome networking. So people on the virtual side, we will also have a way where you can introduce yourself. Uh, about Mac Admins India, I'll just speak very quickly on that, what we are and how we started. There is a security session which Jasdeep is going to present remotely. Shyam here is going to present on Octory. And then we have a tech topic by Mischa. So I just removed the topic name because Mischa pushed me to do that. He want to make sure that we don't talk about the topic until he talks about that. So we'll have a session from Mischa, and after that we will do our own website launch. And at the end, we will have general discussions that we want to do. So that's the agenda for today. And we will follow the Indian timing convention for sure. So just in case we want to take break, we will take break. The time may probably go up and down. Guys on the other side who are connected on WeWork, please free roam around in the WeWork. You can get coffee, tea, other things in WeWork. So please make use of that particular facility which is there around you. Okay, so the first thing, welcome and networking. I really wish that every one of us can be at one place in India in one day, and we can have our entire Mac admins as a day. We cannot do that while we are even doing that on a weekday. It is quite difficult for us to do. So what we are going to do, we are going to have a QR code, and we'll see the live result who all are joined from which company and which region. So that's where we all can probably kind of understand who all are connected here. So let me switch back to my another screen. So you have a QR code here. You can just scan the QR and you get to talk about your name and company. You're free to add the city as well if you're not part of Bangalore. So also add the city that you're living in. So let's say for me, I would write Kavan, comma, Jamf. You can write your name and company name as well. So we get to see, okay, like the audience is coming from what all organizations that we already know or not know. So we have admins from SCV, Atos, Target, Kingville, JumpCloud, Virtusa, Cognizant, Vodafone, Unisys, Wipro, Nordics, Sophos, ZS, HCL Tech, JumpCloud, of course, Jamf. I'm sorry, guys, if I miss out calling any of your name. So HCL, of course, and we have Wipro, six more participants still typing. Guys, take your time. We really need to know who we are. So we have someone from Springer Nature, Moengage, WD. Almost all the brands that we probably know are listed here is what I ideally kind of look and feel at this moment. Almost every company that we know are listed, and half of them are not based out of India. They probably are somewhere elsewhere, and that's where I was talking about the India admins who are running the world for the entire Mac admin stuff. Why don't we speak out? Why don't we get together and help each other for growing it even much and better? Okay, so we have someone from WBP as well. So just last 30 seconds, guys, for your answer. Okay, all right, Chittur, Hafizullah, and Atsir. Awesome. Uh, so the code is still there. We are while we are you guys are introducing yourself. I'll just briefly talk about the Mac admins in India and how it started. So Mac admins in India, they started as a Google group initially like few years back. So let me switch back to my keynote so you can see how it ideally looks like. So we started in 2009 as a Google group, which was a thing which nobody knew for a long time. But back in 2018, where Ajay, Karthik, Sumit, and other few Mac admins who initially started, okay, why don't we have a proper group formed and have the people connected? Uh, 2018 is when I remember they reached out to me as well to be part. So when I got connected, we were initially some 12 to 15 members only. When the Mac admin was really getting quite active. 2019 is when they also initiated the Mac admin Slack channel, which is something that we want to talk about. Uh, During COVID duration, we got to see a lot of shifts. So from 50 Mac admins to 250 within 2 years is what we saw as a shift which happened during the COVID time. And that's where everyone voted that we want to move to Telegram, where we can do multiple group discussion polls and features which are available. And couple of administrators, they complained that, okay, we are not so comfortable to my organization doesn't let me use Slack. So that's where we see a very less uh, communication for Mac admins India happening on Slack, which I think we are missing out because all the work which we are doing is getting noticed only in the internal Telegram group. But we are missing out big on the Slack channel because the Slack India Mac admins India group, which we have, it can be accessed by all across the globe. We only see that okay, when anytime someone from organization is leaving out their counterpart in USA or Europe, they are dropping a message that we are looking for a guy in India. If you know someone, please refer to us. So those are the kind of message which we are seeing. Ideally, uh, that's not the right messages which we would want to do. Yeah, of course, those are important message for us. But if we can have all the tech discussion going to Slack channel, would be really great. This is quite important for entire community because we get to get the entire global visibility. So a request from kind of our side, if we can also encourage ourselves doing the communication on Slack channel, which will really help build the community even stronger. So currently, as we speak, we have more than 350 members in Telegram group, which is kind of a filtered member. So when Telegram someone wants to join, they get an invite and they need to introduce themselves, which company they are working for, and what are the type of certification they are doing, any Apple certification, Jamf certification, or any other certification that they are doing. Every questions are being asked while they are welcomed on the Telegram group. So far, while we speak, it is 350 plus Telegram members. We have close to 300 members on LinkedIn as well. So the presence when we talk about, we have presence on Telegram, Mac Admin Slack, which I was talking about, LinkedIn, YouTube. We also recently formed Jamf Nation user group. So this is another nation kind of group which India has now, but that is only for this particular community which we are talking about. And now we are also adding the website because everything is so clustered. Website would be a place where we can just go, get to see all the announcement. If there was a meetup which happened, we will have a recording of same probably there or keynotes there. Any material or information which we would want to upload that would be available on the website as documents as well. So with that, let me go back to a slide which I missed, and rather me just doing the introduction for our guest for today. I'll let him introduce, and also I'll just speak about his name here. So his name is Mischa Ben Der Ben. When I was in Netherlands, I was looking for okay, what does Van der means because there were many people whose name was having kind of this type of words. So Van der means from this particular location or from this particular locality is what Google gave me as an answer. If I'm wrong or Google is wrong, please correct us. So that's a surprise. Yeah, that's a surprise for all of us. He works as manager, kind of manager for consulting engineering team at Jam, and he works with all the kind of cool guy in Jam. He will talk more about that during his keynote when he's presenting. But we are using so many tools that his team has developed and saving hundreds of hours for every Mac admin. So with that, let me invite Misha on stage for introducing. Over to you, Misha. You want me to? No, that's all I want to. Yeah, just introduction.
Okay, okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is my first time in India, so I'm very excited. Also, very aware what I eat because I'm not aware. I'm not used to all the spices, but it smells delicious. Um, but next time I will do less busy agenda, so I can literally test a little bit more food as well.
Absolutely.
So, introduction of myself. Man, where do I start? I'm a dinosaur. That means I do a long time Mac admin. So I started in the 90s, Mac admins. So there was no Mac OS 10. It was like Mac OS 7. Um, it was old school. It was like waiting on a process. No multi-threading, nothing. Just like old school floppy disk. But we started out as a graphical designer, and I was the only guy who understands the Mac. So I also the IT head. So if there's something wrong, there was the guy to go to. There was me already. So then I started my IT journey, and yeah, and I'm now at Jamf. So uh, I worked a long time for resellers, just like you, I think, the most. Then in 2011, I started my own business because I was bold. I was like, my boss went right, left, and I want to go right. I said, foresee the future. I thought, but I think I've made a point. So I started my own business, consultancy business, and I was immediately partner of Apple, partner of Jamf, and I grew my business to an enterprise reseller status. So the highest certification from Apple. And then I decided what else to do. So I did the next step. I did the global role. So I joined Jamf, and I'm now manager of the consulting engineering group from EMEA. Or we got a global team, and I will tell you in my presentation a little bit more. Also, what I do is because I have nothing to do, so I'm bored. So I also do the Mac community in the Netherlands. Like this group I'm organizing as well because I know a lot of people during the years, and I'm also a people guy. I like to talk. I can talk. You need to shut me up if you want. So literally, I know everybody in the Netherlands in Europe. So I organize it that everybody comes together and share information because sharing is caring, and one is alone, right? But better, we are better together, right? Because everybody in the room does the same work. So if you have an issue and somebody has an issue, we are willing to share. Or I would say, I'm willing to share. And I also know it's a hard thing to do because all the businesses are also competitors for each other. So there is a balance where you can help each other and also protect your business. I've been even with the development of open source tools, you can have an open source tool and grow your business. And you open it up for free. So anyways, yeah, I'm from the Netherlands. Coming back to my name, Van there is just something in between. And literally translation of Van is coming from, right? But that is no meaning in my name. So Google is right and wrong. Right in the word, the Dutch wording. So he's from Bent, and Bent is just like, I don't know, my grandpa's name. But if I say I'm from the Netherlands, that is a normal Dutch sentence. But in my last name, I always have issues with my last name because sometimes I'm Mischa Bent or Mischa Van. Okay, fine, as long as I'm Mischa. Yeah, I also have a web blog, so I sometimes try to share my information as well, where I can. I do a lot of presentations, but also blogging. But also I have an open source on Git. You can find everything on my web blog. So yeah, I'm here to help. That's what I do. I like to connect, and I like challenges. And if I have challenges, I want to bite in there. And then if I cannot resolve it, I got a wonderful team indeed. Not only in EMEA but globally. I last time in JNUC in America, they said to us like, your team are the skunk workers of Jamf. Because if Jamf product cannot do it and the customer need it, you guys are doing it. So yeah, I kind of like that. But again, I will show you in my presentation a bit what's already out there and what we are also doing for customers. And I got something to show you what what's useful for you and something new. So I hope I entertain you. Good?
Super.
Yeah?
Super.
Cool. I will sit down.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. So what we were supposed to, I broke the sequence there. So let me invite our first speaker of the day who has connected over Zoom. First speaker for today is Jasdeep Singh, who works as principal architect digital workspace department at Atos in New Delhi, and he is going to speak on security. Over to you, Jasdeep. Please have a screen share and a mic check for us, please, and we'll start.
Yeah, thank you, Kavan, for the opportunity, and we'll just go further. One request, if you can keep on doing the screen share, that's gonna be much more helpful for me because I'm connected to another device at the moment. If that's okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so let me play this for us and just checking if we had any more. Yeah, we had unique 45 responses. So that's a great number. Starting your keynote. Over to you, Jasdeep.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So first off, I would just like to, congratulate everyone for joining their hands together and making it success as a, first stop to start with the Mac admins. This particular, official, I would say, the web seminar that we are just conducting. And welcome to India, Mischa. It's been great having your introduction as well. And thank you everyone for your attendance and joining hands together. And so pretty much everyone knows about me, but I'll just quickly give a very quick introduction about myself. So I'm Jasdeep, and recently joined Atos as a principal architect, wherein I'm just taking care of the entire governance process and the transition transformations, and pretty much quite a long list on a governance point of view as well in digital workplace services. Which surely comprises of the enterprise mobility management as per my expertise. Um, I have been working on this in this IT industry since 2007. So fortunate enough, in 2007 itself, I started working on the Mac devices at the time of those G3, G4 eras. The beautiful rainbow color devices. And yeah, since then, I'm just in a learning process as of today as well, because technology is evolving like anything, and just sailing in the same boat. So as of to start off with, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about the particular topic today. So I did,
सब लोग डिस्कनेक्ट कर लो.
yeah, sorry, yeah, if you can go on mute, thank you. So okay, so I got the opportunity to talk about the particular
इसका एक प्रकाश सर पिंक किया टीरा प्रोजेक्ट एसोसिएट के बारे में पूछ रहा है.
I
तो अभी
think
टीरा में तो फ्यू लिमिटेड यूजर ही ओनली ऑफिस में लैंड कर रहा है, यूज कर रहे हैं ना. बाकी तो सब बायोटी
yeah, if someone is speaking, I'm so sorry. If you can go on a mute.
Abhishek, can you mute yourself?
Abhishek, Mighty, can you go on mute,
सपोर्ट
please?
स्टाफ ही कर रहा है ना. Only support staff using desktop or office system. Other all are working by right now.
No, that is not muted. Okay, I'll make everyone go mute. And if you may unmute yourself. Sorry about that. Okay. Super. And I need to, so I hate Zoom for a couple of reasons, and that is one of those. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, so thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity to talk about and pick and choose a particular topic. So the topic that I chose today, it's pretty much always quite a heated topic always in all the organizations, that is talking about the security, because it's the very important task that we would have to take care of in every organization on the enterprise level, making sure all the data that we talk about and the digital data is always being protective. So just to start off with, although we already are familiar about it, what is security? So security is something that which we always consider as a important part, wherein we are just securing all the endpoints that would include our the digital data. All the we would also refer that as a digital asset for ourselves, wherein all the corporate data comprise included and been shared onto the servers. So this becomes very important that we always keeping it safe, because we have lately seen a lot of the cyber attacks or the viruses or the phishing emails that has been just rolling out like anything. So we always need to be in a protected mode all the time, and there's a lot of good features that we can utilize and to keep it protected all the time. How it can benefit us if we have a security optimum security in place is just all about making sure that we are engaging or implementing that kind of a tools onto the endpoints, which keeps it completely in a protected mode. That would be comprises of the network activities, that comprises of firewalls or the different ports which gets blocked, making sure that no information is public facing. It's just going through the appropriate firewalls and the secured zones or the DMZ servers. Or there are a lot of stuff that we can talk about. Encryption becomes So encryption is also one of the important stuff, making sure that the hard disk on which the data is been saved, it's been secured enough, and it's the entire drive is encrypted. Talking about the other aspects as well, like the authentication, which includes the 2FA or MFA, multi-factor authentication, SSOs in place, antivirus softwares or the security policies, the entire security stack, which should be implemented onto the endpoints to keep it protected all the time. So that would surely bring in the lot of confidentiality and integrity, and making sure that the user who is utilizing the endpoint is feeling secure enough about the data which is getting flowed within the organization. And why we can consider it's a very important aspect in every organization, because we have seen a great shift or very swift shift as well from working from offices from the LAN connections, the those kind of old way methods wherein we just plug in our devices or endpoints to the LAN connection, our laptops or MacBooks, and then getting it worked. So since COVID started, we have seen a lot of great shift towards the work from home or hybrid culture as of today as well, which is again a mix of home and office, both of them. So when we just the organization shifted from working from office mode to the working from home, it becomes very important for every organization to keep their data secure, the corporate owned data, which should be secured. So there it just generates the urgency as well, which has to be the met as per the security standards. So that is the reason it becomes very important for every organization to make sure that everything is secure enough. So we have been talking a lot about all the time when we talk about the security stack or the entire security stack, which includes the VPNs or either the antivirus softwares or firewall. Or there are a lot of stuff that we can just talk about, right? The proxy management softwares or the applications. And there's a lot of stuff which is inclined towards the Windows ecosystem or Windows devices. So there should be something which is a kind of a the very solid proof or which brings a lot of value to the customers as well as to the on an enterprise level and to the end users. So with an ease of usability of that complete security stack, which can be implemented talk about today, that the and users won't face any kind of a slowness issues onto their devices or any kind of issues which is bothering them a lot about the different kind of pop-ups which can be generated. So making sure their whatever stuff they are just entering into, it's seamless and it's been accessible without any kind of a hiccups. So that kind of a security stack that we always been keep on talking about, or we just keep on finding about it, what would be best security stack that would be complementing our entire Apple ecosystem or Mac devices as well. So this is what we're going to talk about, that because this is my firm belief that if I'm a part of any kind of a team wherein I can take the technical decisions, or maybe I can propose anything to the leadership or to the customer as well, we should be very outspoken about that. What can bring benefits for the end users or to the customer, because that becomes very important. Sometimes we just hold ourselves back onto the thoughts that okay, I should keep on working on the stuff that is already been implemented, and not talking about or not thinking about what we can improvise, how we can improvise the current solution which is already been implemented, which is in place. So that creates the kind of the importance for every organization or the customers, that what we are proposing them as per looking at the entire the environment which is already existed. So we should offer the recommended solution and the products to the customer as per their environment. What would be beneficial for them, what kind for revenue or ROI I would say that it can bring in for the customer, and how they can feel very confident about it. So one of the plan that I would say that I always personally do, that I always recommend the Jamf business plan is one of the recommended product portfolio that should be offered to the customers, or when we are just helping out our pre-sales team as well, sales team as well, while acting as a technical spock maybe, or maybe acting as a pre-sales solution architect as well into the organization for our customers. This is one of the important thing after talking about the entire infrastructure or environment, that what we can propose to them. Why Jamf business plan? Because we understand that there are a lot of other plans available. Jamf Now is available. Jamf Pro is also available as a standalone, but there's a custom plan that we can always talk about to for the depending upon the enterprise and depending upon their usability. But this is the most recommended plan that I just believe in, because it includes the Jamf Pro, that is a standard, right? But apart from that, it also consists of Jamf Connect and Jamf Protect, which makes it the entire Jamf ecosystem will get implemented in a way into the Mac endpoints that it will bring a lot of the great usability of the product. And also it just gives the very seamless experience to the end users, and easy to manage as well for the IT admins or Mac admins specifically. So what it can bring us, or what it can offer to us, it's about the automate the entire Apple lifecycle with the Jamf business plan, because it consists of, as we know, about the zero touch deployment that is been called as the automated device enrollment process. So out of the box, it's ready to go. Effective device management using the different set of configuration policies or configuration profiles, smart groups, which is patent to the Jamf, and it's a great feature to be utilized. It has a lot of capability while to generate the reports or for the scoping and whatnot. Scripts we can keep on adding, and for the more automation, because scripts also play a very vital role in any kind of the infrastructure that we are building up from a scratch, or maybe improvising the current infrastructure, and a lot of more capabilities. Self-service app catalog, because it brings a lot of ease for the end users, so that end users really, it just pulls down the number of tickets which can be generated for a very smaller task of getting installed any particular application for the end users, and it save a lot of time as well, and time is money, right, in the enterprises. So self-service app catalog, as we know, that we can just publish the authorized applications for the end users, so they can anytime, if it's getting removed from their devices due to for any kind of a troubleshooting or any other reasons, they can always get it installed themselves by just accessing this self-service. Customized dashboards, because it gives a very quick glance to us about the different areas within the Jamf, how the infrastructure actually looks like, whether it's about the smart groups, about the talking about the scoping, talking about the compliance. We can just place that onto our custom dashboards that we can create as per our Jamf admin. For every admin, they can create their own customized dashboard, and getting it in a single pane that we can just find out, okay, quick view about how the entire enterprise or infrastructure looks like. About the security softwares, it also brings a lot of capability. Talking about the Jamf Connect, it brings in the cloud IDP sync, which again makes it very seamless, because we understand that still there are quite a few organizations who are utilizing, I would say, the previous methods about creating the mobile user accounts, and we understand that it brings in a lot of hiccups as well on the Mac ecosystem, because as per the standards set by Apple, that every account which is been getting created onto the machine, that user becomes the owner of the machine. And making that user as a standard user, but there should be some sort of the seamless login activity which can be performed on those Mac devices, which bring a lot of ease for the end users while working from anywhere. So Jamf Connect plays a very great role on that particular aspect, because it just eliminates the process of creating the mobile user accounts and utilizing the local user accounts by connecting them into the cloud IDP, which we are utilizing into the organizations. Per se, I would say, for an example, the Microsoft Azure, it's the most common one that we generally use. So Ping Identity, Google Identity, there are a lot of others as well which are compatible. But in the same area, it brings in the capability to log in into the devices using our own cloud IDP accounts, because it at the back end, it gets synced with the local user account and gives the feel to the end users that he or she is logging, utilizing their own, the network account onto the machine. it gives us the capability of the multi-factor authentication, which is getting enabled on the Azure side, maybe as an example, and then getting popped up onto the screen while you are trying to log in onto the machine. Password management and the sync activities, because if our password, as per our the policies which are getting expired maybe very soon in the 90 days of time period or 60 days of time period, depending upon the infosec policies of every organization. So it gives an ease to sync the password, our network account user password, using that Jamf Connect, the application itself within the Mac device, because the user account with which we are trying to log in onto the machine and our network account password should be similar. So user will not get confused. Okay, I have multiple passwords to log onto my machine and to access the corporate data and corporate applications. So other aspect is Jamf Protect. Also, there are a lot of other stuff that we can just talk about, Jamf Trust as well, ZTNA, and a lot of other things. But endpoint security, because Jamf Protect gives us the capability for the compliance monitoring, endpoint security, also threat detection and prevention. At the time, we can just create different plans depending upon our endpoints, and then we can just go ahead and get that implemented onto the end user devices, and then making sure that everything is looking great. And the one of the great feature is that it really doesn't slow down the machines. So it really doesn't eat up a lot of bandwidth onto the machines. It really doesn't eat up the CPU resources onto the machine. And so that's the reason it becomes very important, a great tool to use that. And again, if all these product is coming down from the single umbrella, so it gives a seamless ecosystem that we can just manage easily. It just gets synced within the Jamf Pro, Jamf Protect or Jamf Connect gets synced within our Jamf Pro environment or the Jamf Pro infrastructure in a way that it won't really give you a lot of hiccups to manage accordingly. So this is the yeah. If you can please move to the other slide. Thank you. So, but when we just think about it, okay, that this is our security, why it is important, and what are the benefits of it, why we are just talking a lot about the security and what we can offer to the customer. It's always good to begin that kind of a conversation with the customer as well, because unless we don't talk about it, they will not get to know about it. So we need to talk to them in a way that, okay, we are just looking at your current infrastructure and how does it looks like, maybe just 3 or 4 or a couple of the endpoint protection related security software that these guys are using. Why not offer them a solution that would be a kind of a robust solution for them and very scalable as well, that bring a lot of ease. So we always need to begin that kind of a conversation with the customer, how they can benefit from the security products as well, because we just talk about whenever, maybe this is my own observation, but I have seen a lot that when we talk about the Mac devices management for any end users or for the customers, and they are just looking forward for the kind of a solution that they look forward to. Generally, the most common the doubts that they come up with is the difference between Microsoft Intune and Jamf Pro. So there we, at times, as a the Jamf admin or the as a technical Spock, we maybe just tend to miss out that apart from just talking about Mac devices management, what else we can just offer them, or what else we can talk about it that will really become interesting for them to think about it, about the Jamf security products as well, that Jamf can bring in that kind of a capability. Everyone knows that Jamf has set the standards already. They are in the market for 2 decades, and pretty much there are a lot of competitors which are emerging nowadays, but they are just kind of following the footprints which has already been set. So why not talking about the security projects as well and throwing some limelight on those kind of areas as well, so that it will become more interesting for the customer to talk about it. So this is, I believe, that we can just bring in the conversation and begin the conversation with the customers, asking the right set of questions, that how they are actually as of today monitoring or preventing the protecting their Apple specific devices or Apple specific threats in their organization. Maybe they are utilizing any third-party applications, maybe they have firewalls in place, or maybe talking about the Microsoft Defender or CrowdStrike. There are whatnot, there are many, right? But just to knowing about that, how much they are spending on that, is it becoming easier for them how to prevent that kind of a threat which is about to come, or any sort of cyber attacks which are about to happen onto their devices, about their endpoints. How much time do they, they spend, or their IT admins or JAF admins spend onto the managing the complete security infrastructure into their, the Mac endpoints. And if a threat is detected, how they are trying to remediate that as well. If something is happening onto the devices, how they are trying to remediate that. So that kind of a conversation that we can always, maybe just try to ask the right set of questions, so they would get interest about it. Okay, that, and then we can just begin the conversation. And then comes the point that we can offer the benefits. We should not offer the, I always believe that when we are just trying to showcase anything to the customers, we should not offer them the products. We should offer them the benefits that can come along with those kind of products. If we just talk plain about the product, just about the money, they would surely that we cannot bring their interest into that kind of a product. So we should offer the benefits, how it would bring a lot of ROI for them, right? How they can use it onto their devices, and how much the tickets that can be handled, or that we can just pull down the numbers of the tickets that is getting generated. About the threats, the day in day out, the new threats which are just coming, how we can remediate that and how we can prevent that as well. So we can offer those kinds of benefits because Jamf offers the purpose-built endpoint security for Apple devices. We already know that, but there are a lot of the Apple endpoint security, the native frameworks which can be used. Apple devices, we understand that already comes along with a great security. But what on top of that, what kind of the layer we can add onto those devices by utilizing their native frameworks as well, and it becomes a very protective device while managing the productivity, or without hampering their productivity or the performance of the end users. That is the most important stuff that we can talk about. So there's a one more offer, the benefits that we can just always talk about those customers, that if anything is getting detected, it's just it gets seamless integration within our Jamf environment, or the tool that we are utilizing to manage the endpoints, and it would just remediate those kind of threats as well, or issue very swiftly. So this is the how we can, it becomes the entire the Jamf ecosystem, which is complementing a lot the entire Apple's ecosystem. And when we just club them together using the right set of products, which brings in a lot of benefits, then the entire environment will become a lot of the secured, as well as it brings a great sense of confidentiality, or the end users will always just try to just love to use their products, because it's not impacting their productivity as well at the same time. And last but not the least, we should always share the details with those customers as well, or to the decision makers. There should be at least 3 URLs that should be shared with them: Jamf Pro, Jamf Protect, and Jamf Connect. So the URLs are injected in these headlines under the share the details heading. So we can always utilize that, and we can just always share the great information with them. They can just think about it, and we can offer them the security products, and we can just always make sure that their endpoints are always secured. And with that, I would just say that this is it from my side. And thank you everyone for giving me this great opportunity to talk about it, and we can just take it further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jasdeep. I know Jasdeep took a little more time, and honestly, me or Mischa or anyone from Jamf, we didn't ask him to speak just on Jamf products. So please, Jasdeep, please clarify that you just spoke about all the products from Jamf side for security. We also have a competition like Jump Cloud is here, and like we are just talking about Jamf, which will make us feel bad that okay, no, we are not giving any pride to this guys to speak about just Jamf. Yeah, yeah. So Tom would not be happy with that. So, joke apart, thank you so much, Jasdeep, for your wonderful keynote on security. That gives insight to all of us. You're presenting from your screen, right? Or you want to do from here?
I'll just do the slides and demo.
Sure. So we have our next speaker, Shyam Sundar. So Shyam works as service manager with Novo Nordics in Namma Bangalore, right? Namma Bangalore. So over to you, Shyam. Just try to be a little quick this time. Yeah, thank you.
This was welcome to India and thank you for your presence makes all happy. Thank you.
I'm happy to.
So good evening, good afternoon all. So myself Shyam. So I have closely around 13 years of experience in handling Mac stuff and everything. So yeah, very short time. So we'll just quickly jump into this topic. So we're just going to see about Octory, right? So I guess it is a tool which you use to. It is not a complicated tool. It just gives you information about what's happening during the Mac onboarding of your Mac users, right? So we have a lot of tools available in the market, right? So I think you might have all aware the very old and the tool we have Splashbuddy, DB Notified. So these are the tools which is available for the longer time. So there are we use Splashbuddy and DB.
Hello, your voice is very low.
We need to close your, or maybe just connect your mic there.
Mic is not low.
I'll just unmute it. You can mute. Yeah. Yeah. Just start with the mic. Yeah. Am I audible now? To the people's in the remote? Can you do both? There's a response actually. Yes. Okay, great. Right. So as discussed, we have a lot of tools available. One is Splashbuddy and then one is DEP Notify. So these tools are available the longer run in the market, but what the problem is they are not updated very frequently. And so we don't, they are a very great tool, right? So Splashbuddy and DEP Notify, they're a very great tool, but we don't get any frequent update. It is kind of, now we have a lot of tools available and we have Octory and from Jamf, we have Mac and onboarding. Right, and then we have a lot of the tools. So I'm just talking about Octory today, right? So it is a highly customizable tool which you can run it during your onboarding, and then it helps you display some information to your end users during the first onboarding. Everyone will say the first impression is the best impression when some new joiners joining your organization, right? So you can run about your organization information, and you can just present them a good feel about your onboarding, right? And then it has two modes. So it has two features. One is the free one everyone can use, and the other one is a pro. So that is you require a license. So we are not talking about the license one. We're talking only about the free version which we have, and it has two modes. One is window and menu bar. So if you procure a pro license, you can use a menu bar, but we're not talking about it. And then it is compatible starting from macOS 10.13 and higher, and it is a universal build, so it can work on both Intel and M1 chipsets. So Octory interface, it has three main goals. We call it as slides, containers, and components, right? So next, yeah. So this how looks, right? So so we have a container. So the entire window we call it as slides, right? And then we can you can add multiple containers, and then you can separate containers. So this is the containers. We have two containers. And then inside containers, you can do, you have multiple components. You can add multiple components inside the container. This is how your Octory will be. So I'll show you a demo. Like, next slide. Right. So Octory use a plist file. So you need to customize, you need to create multiple plist files. So we have a plist file called Octory.plist. So you need to add your components, containers, and the people who frequently know about plist file, it will be easy. But plist file is nothing. It's just similar to your configuration file. You need to create a configuration and all those stuff, right? So I'll advise use some tool when you're working on Octory, creating those like a tool called plist editor. It will be very easy. So it will just drop down and then you select the correct configuration. It should be a dictionary or string or boolean. So creating in a text file, it will create complicated things. But if you tool like plist editor or some other tools, so it will be easy to make all those configurations. And then the Octory should be, the plist file should be owned by root, and then the root should be V, and it should have the permission of 6444. And then we have something called admin mode. So admin mode is nothing but when you are doing a testing, right, on your doing configuration, and then you want to play around, you can use admin mode so that you can able to quit the Octory, and you can do relaunch, you can reload, all those options you have. But when you're going to disable, when you're going to deploy to the end user machines, so you need to disable the admin mode, just the boolean you need to change it to false, and then you need to deploy it. So you can get the pre set configuration from the below link. So Octory has their own configuration file. They have multiple options. Okay, this is how you want to look the window. So like you want to have a web view, you want to have a PDF view. So there are multiple options. Based on the options you need, you can download the plist file, which is available in Octory, and you can customize it on your own. So deployment, how you deploy? So you can also create a custom Octory package. But I'm talking about my personal experience. I will use. We already have a package called Octory with Agent. So that is the Octory, the file and application. So you can use those packages and you can create only the resource package. I'll show you how to create the resource package. And then if you go, in the reference I have a link. So if you go to the link, you can able to download a script which help you to build the resource package. So you just need to create some custom folders, keep all your icons, your scripts, your web page, your PDF, and everything in according to the folder, and just run those script. Automatically, a resource folder will get created, and you can use those resource folder, deploy it to your MDM tool, upload it MDM tool. And one thing you need to remember is the priority, right? So first, the resource folder needs to be installed first, then your agent needs to get installed. So you need to have the priority set as 1 or higher than your agent, because if agent is installed and if there is no resource, you won't get those Octory. So first, the resource need to get installed, then the agent needs to install. And once the agent is installed, because we installing with agent Octory with it has a launch schema and it automatically opens the Octory. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So I'll just share my screen and then I'll show you the demo. I'm asking you to share permission.
I just got to know that like I'm tired and everyone is seeing my back virtually. Because I was sharing my
That's Kavan has a nice back.
I'm putting a poll in this last time.
So hope my
your screen is go
okay.
ahead. And just make sure your audio is also connected.
Okay, am I audible? The people in the remote?
Yes, Shyam.
Yes. You are.
Okay. So this is the file I'm talking about. So I just created multiple plist files to show you guys how the different containers and different components looks. So normally you need to place your Octory file in your library, application support, and Octory. So when you install an Octory agent, it automatically get stored here. So you need to place your preference file in this location, or you can deploy your preference file as using configuration profile with custom plist, and you can deploy it. But the plist file should be either in library application support Octory, or it should be library managed preference. So if the plist file is not there, then your Octory will not work. So and then the plist file should have a permission of 644, and then it should be owned by root and wheel. So this is very important. So I'll show you how Octory once. I'll just copy my first plist. Just running Octory. So this is how it looks. So just a blank screen. So if you want, you can have a full screen, or you can have a bulb background, and all those customization you can do it, right? So this is how it looks. Right. So just a one slide, you can able to see I have some image. You can use your organization logo or all whatever it is, and then welcome a note to the user, right? And then I'll show you the how those configuration file looks. So just a simple configuration. So we have admin mode, as I said. I mentioned admin mode is enabled so that I can. So I have an admin option here, so I can reload, and suppose I can just go there and change something in the configuration, and then I can able to reload, and then I can quit the Octory, and then all the stuff I can able to do if the admin mode is enabled. Else, what is it? You might need to restart the machine to have those because it has some, suppose launch agent will be there. So it will automatically restart every time you log in. So just to have when you're working, you're testing it, just have the admin mode enabled. So you can just quit and you can make the same changes and then you reload and then you can able to see the results immediately. Right. So as a slide, we have multiple components, right? We have slides, and inside slides, we have containers, and we have used only one container and one component. Sorry, we have used multiple components. One is spacer. It means I have some space. I just keep it in the middle, right? So I just kept some space, and then my image is coming from internet, and then I just have my username. So I just used some extension attributes which is available, the user first name, and then again the spacer. Right. So inside slides, I used one container, and inside container I have multiple components. So this is how it looks, and then in window I just on screen is simple. So we have multiple options, like if you want to keep it as full screen and all those things, we can do it. Right. So now I'll show you my last copy list because it has multiple. So normally we will use those the onboarding tool like Splashbuddy to know the end user what is happening, right? Which application is getting installed and all this stuff. So you can able to do the same thing in Octory. So we call it as app monitor, right? So we need to create an app monitor, and then it has the same functionality. You can also play some videos, right? You can also suppose you can also accept some terms and conditions. You can also view a PDF file, or you can also get input from the user like text box, drop down, and everything you can be able to do it. All the features is available in Octory. Right. So now I have created multiple slides. Previously we have one slide. So inside slide we have components. So now, okay, so this is one of other slide where I'm running a web page. You can use any customized web page or organization web page, anything you can, whatever web page you want to show, you can display it. And again, a PDF file. So whatever PDF files you can use it. And I'm running a video. So this is one, we can run any videos, right? From YouTube or any other can run videos, but in the free version, the video will not autoplay automatically. Someone need to play it. But in the license version, the video, when you go to the current slide, which has a video, the video will play automatically. And this is how it looks, right? So you can see what application is getting installed, and then you can write whatever you want. You can have a video, or you can want a web page. All those things you can get it displayed. Right. So this is how it can looks, and I'll quickly show you this configuration file. So this is, I talk about app monitors, right? So you need to create a component called monitor, and you need to give, okay, which application you're going to display in those configuration, right? So the display name is what name is it? You can do whatever you want, right? Enrollment begins, and then, so we have something called icon URL. So what icon you want to give, you can specify the icon, and then installer. So we have three things here. Installer, you can choose Jamf if you are using Jamf. And then you can also have something called system, right? System in the sense, if the application is normally if you choose Jamf, it will go and read the Jamf logs and check whether the particular application is installed, and then it will automatically give you the green color, right? If you use system, it will check whether the particular application is available in the application folder. So if it is available, it will automatically get a green mark. And then we have something called managed. I think you might have used, right? We always will not use applications which has a package or .app while onboarding. We'll also run some scripts, right? So if you want to ensure those scripts, because it will not get installed somewhere, it will not be a package, it will not be available in application folder. In those cases, so I think if you remember, I'm not sure who used Splashbuddy here, we have something called ghost package, ghost script. We will run the ghost with nothing. So we'll just automatically create an entry in the Jamf log that, okay, this particular application is getting installed. So automatically Splashbuddy will read the logs, and then it will create a green tick mark. Similarly, we have something called Octo Notifier. So it is a command line tool. So it is available. You can install it. So install all of the end user machines, and you can run the command automatically. So like similar to a Ghost script, you can run Octo Notifier command, Octo Notifier, and then status. What monitor name you give, the same monitor name, and then there's something called status like installed, installing, or failed. So if it is installing, it will have yellow, and then once installed, it will automatically turn to green. So this is how you create your monitoring, what you can, okay, how many applications you want to install, how many components you want to install. You can create those. And again, you have slides. So again, in slides, you have containers. In components, we have multiple components. I'll show you this one. So we have two containers. So one is component is large. It is large because so the first container is somewhat large, right? That's why I mentioned is large. And you can see I have mentioned URL is web video.html. So what I have is I have something called resource folder. In resource, I have all my icons. So I'm just referring the same folder there. And then my scripts, and then you can able to see something called video.html. So how to get this, right? So you can use any videos which is available in the streaming platform. Quickly show you. So it's not only particular to YouTube, but any streaming platform, or there's, you can able to see something called share, and then you can able to see embedded, right? So copy this file, and then that's what the file I'm using here. Copy this. So the embedded code. So copy your embedded code in your file and save it as HTML, and then use that file automatically. The video will run, and you can also make sure you want to change the title, or if you want to change the width and height according to whether it fits, you can change. And this is the embedded code from not only from YouTube, you can use it from any of your video streaming platform. If maybe your inbuilt of the organization or it's available in public, you can get the embedded code and create HTML file and put it in your configuration file. Automatically, those particular video will get played. Right, and then we have something called app termination. I think we might have remember, right? So we're not able to, the end users won't able to quit this splash button. So unless and until all the applications are installed, they won't able to quit. They need to restart. If they restart, automatically it will, again, the splash button screen will start. So here in Octory, the same, right? Unless all the applications are installed, you won't able to restart the machine. But in the configuration, you can specify whether you can allow the end user to quit in between, right? So we can have some force quit enable. So if you just mention enable, you can able to allow, you can, as a user can able to quit. Suppose they want to just 5 application install, they want to quit it, they can able to quit it. And then we can also add, I missed, sorry. So you can also create your custom scripts, right? So say example, you want to restart your machine on the enrollment completes. So just you have a button, I just have a button called finish. So instead you can have a button called restart. So how to do this, you have an option, something called navigation. So you can just mention whatever text you want to put, the same text will be displayed. So in the app termination, you can create a custom script, like say, we have script just run a restart, right? So automatically the script will run. Say we have some keywords similar to keys, complete installation script. Once you put and refer the script in your resource file, so automatically when you click a restart, the script will execute, it will restart the machine, and your enrollment will get completed. Right. So this is what Octory does, right? I'll show you how to create the package file. So this is the script which I download from Octory. So get it download. So what you do is you need to create this folders. So payload, library, in the same structure, you need to create application support, Octory, and then whatever plist file you created, keep your plist file here, and then create a resource folders, and a resource create the same for like icons, keep all your icons and images, scripts, and your videos, and in web, create the same folder structure. And then what you can do is just before you're running, make sure the particular script has executable permission. You want to change, convert it to which has an executable permission. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the script. That's all. So the package is created. So you can upload this package to your Jamf, and then from Octory side, you can download a package called Octory with agent, and that's all. You're done with your onboarding, right? So whatever customization you want to do, so you can do in your playlist file, test it, and you go ahead to deploy it.
Nice. So this is all of information are available on Git page.
Yes. So Git page has still more, what is it? It has more data like how to customize your borders, how to customize the colors of your text, right? Make it more presentable way. So that it's a main information. But if you want more customization, all the information is available in GitHub. Like they have own wiki page. You can go ahead and refer it. So you can have multiple borders with different colors, with different font colors, right? And different font configuration with bold, italic, underline. All those things you can able to do with Octory.
Nice. Can you just open that script? I want to see that how the application is. How
you mean a plist?
No, build resource script.
No, it is a package to just build this.
Build this all customized.
No, it will create a package. That's all, right? It will not.
This all the policies like if you have a MS Office or other applications.
No, that you need to
onboarding on this phone.
No, it will not call anything. Octory will not call anything. You need to create the configuration in your Jamf. Say example, accordingly, it will check. So say example, in Jamf, what you need to do is after enrollment complete. So what I will do is I'll create a custom trigger, right? I will create a script. It will launch daemon and that launch daemon will call custom trigger. And that custom trigger will have those policies accordingly. I'll name it as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and then it will call the same custom trigger based on the naming convention. All the applications will get installed one by one.
So it's like DP notify we used to give that policy ID.
No. You don't need to. It is not like that. So it's only what a tool. It will not call the policies. The policies and everything you need to run from. You need to configure from your Jamf. So it just shows whether the particular application is installed or not, right? And then it shows your information, your web page, your videos, your welcome screen, and all those information.
You just mentioned it already in the beginning. It's a monitoring tool.
Yeah.
It's just monitoring the process. That notify does the same. The script, that notify script is the action. The tool is just monitoring and displays the end user where he is. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And this script is just compiling the resources which you need to deploy.
Create a package.
Yeah. Nice. Good one.
Any questions?
How about the termination after this? Because I'm
termination, what you can do is you can create a script. So that's why in this plist file, so you have an app termination. There is one more key like complete installation script. So and then how you mentioned icons start PNG. Similarly, I'll give us scripts and then my script name termination.sh. In the termination.sh, what script I will have is I'll have just a simple restart, right? So I'll be running as a user. So you have a command. If you just go to terminal and type restart, device will restart. I'll just have the same script. That's
so the command means at least we have to go to some safe put and all, right?
No, it will not go to safe port. It will restart and the device will get restarted. That's all.
One scenario while onboarding, what will happen? So due to some bad network, the user may get stuck in the middle of the process. So how to quit?
And that's why we have something called force quit shortcuts enabled. So if you have this yes, so you can specify or is I just enabled, and after that you can also specify which command you want to use, which key combination you want to use. So that you can specify in app termination. Otherwise, the common command is like Control Option Command Shift and F for H, I guess.
Because onboarding the Octory,
yeah, it will happen. So you can. That's why you can specify the force quit is enabled. If it is enabled, then you can quit it with the shortcut keys. If it is not enabled, then you cannot able to quit. So then using Jamf policy, you need to remove those Octory files. You want to create a script, remove the Octory files, and then ask the user to restart. Any questions from the people in the remote? Yeah. No, Octory, yeah, it is kind of open source. What we cannot say it is kind of open source, but it is managed by Octory, and we have two versions, free and then a licensed version. Licensed version have additional feature, like I told you, we have something called menu bar. So it will be in top of the menu bar. So it won't be a screen. It has more customization features. So it will guide the user, okay, what needs to be done next. After the enrollment completes, it will give, okay, now you need to open Zscaler. You will get a pop-up, okay, open Zscaler. Click on Zscaler, how to log in, it will get a window, okay, what needs to be done. So all those things option you have available in your Pro version.
One thing that Jamf introduced the latest
Onboarding.
would it helpful in that one?
Yeah, because see, onboarding it will available from 11.1, I guess, right? So
It's
yeah,
shipping now.
yeah. So we need to see how it it's we have option now, because we use a lot of third-party tools, but now Jamf has their own feature, because we don't have any hands-on experience yet on onboarding.
Not yet.
Yeah.
And
I can show it you in the Q&A afterwards, right?
yeah,
In the live demo of self, I can show you what it means so everybody can have a look there. I have one trick for you maybe.
Yeah.
So if you go back to the Finder
right.
and go to the build resources script. So by the way, this script building, you know my colleague by Armin Briegel, scripting analytics.
Yeah.
He has some book around scripting. This is exactly what he's learning you how to build that script.
Yeah, I reached out to him because that book is not available in India. We cannot.
Okay.
So I just reached out to him and asked him if he told no, we cannot.
We will need to get the PDF.
He needs to enable.
I reached out to him on LinkedIn and asked him, okay, if there's any option I can get this book.
I know. I know.
It would be right.
So I have those words scripting and.
So I was fast. If you so it's a nice trick to know.
Yeah.
Because you have the script, you need to know the location, you go to the terminal, but you want to just quick run and make an application.
Yeah.
Right? If you change the sh to command, can you do that?
Dot command, yeah.
Dot command. Rename and then dot command.
Yeah.
No, command.
Complete.
Yeah, and change it again.
You become applicable, right?
Yes.
Dot command. That thing that told me that.
Enter, yeah, and then use command. Now double click it. It will open and will up. You first control click, sorry, yeah. Control click, control open, and then just open. Control click open, and then allow it. And then it's wrong for you. So you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm lazy, sorry.
Thank you. Okay, any questions or any questions from the people in Pune, Hyderabad, and Delhi?
If they are speaking, this was muted, so
No.
yeah, you make it, yeah.
The setting that allows you to upload the computer and mobile device inventory data before the devices are enrolled. I'm not gonna go further, but that's exactly from the Jamf admin guide.
That's not a question.
Like I was like, I didn't. Whether Urvashi invited Tom or anyone.
I have one addition for you. Splash Body was the version 1 of Octory, made by Frank Squad.
Yeah.
And then he went from Amaris consultancy group. He went to Apple in Canada.
Okay.
So the team took over and they changed the name and made it a product.
Okay.
So you mentioned a couple of times Splash Body, but Splash Body is dead. That's why it's not updated.
Yeah.
Because it's Octory now.
Yeah. Great.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah, because the Dutch translation is done by me.
Yeah. If your topic on, yeah, so stop sharing, I'll have your name and topic on. Yeah, you want to do that. So,
Yeah.
I'm just in.
Yeah.
You can ask if someone has any questions.
Yeah. So anyone from remote or anyone in the room have any questions?
That's quite clear.
Yeah. Right.
So the free version we can use multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Yeah. Free version is still sufficient. It's okay, what is it? 90% of it done. What can be done? And you need more customization. So and you can go for a licensed one.
This ones. Shyam, if you have any video that you have recorded for your own onboarding,
Probably share it within the group, so they can see, okay, how actually when a device get enrolled.
Because we are using Octory in organization.
Yeah, so the visual feedback that they should be receiving.
So what we did is, so we got an input from a user that, okay, so I'm not sure what is happening because we have some consultant, because I just joined and no one knows this, right? So they have a consultant from Apple have done this. What it is, we use Jamf helper. So it will just show, okay, step one, it will show, okay, Google is installing now. Step two, use Jamf helper to they'll complete black screen, full window, and then show that. Then we got an input, then we change. So what we do is we will run a video which what our organization, what our organization does and what our carriers, and then what are the other options we have and what our organization does, and all those videos will run. And then we have a web page. It shows about, okay, what you're supposed to do right next. Like we have some KPIs, right? Okay, how to configure this device and how to log in this data. What you do next. That's we created kind of a video and playing it, and then we also have web pages. Onboarding. I can start. Yeah, thanks.
Like as Octory, everything will be happening over the internet. What will be the minimum component bandwidth is needed?
No, that minimum component bandwidth, it depends on what application you're deploying with Jamf. Octory will not use any bandwidth, because if you're deploying any packages, say example, we are deploying Trellix as one of the component that is 1.5 GB, then it will keep on spinning. And we are using a script to install Google Chrome, Microsoft. Just when using it, the application size is very less than within a second. It depends on what component you are deploying using Jamf during your enrollment. So Octory will not have any link to the bandwidth and all the stuff. It won't take bandwidth. So Octory package is just 15 MB or 20 MB. That's all. So how we will do is, during the enrollment, the first policy which it will get installed after the enrollment complete, the first part to be installed is we have a script, enrollment script, so that we are deploying as a launch team. And then the enrollment script will call the custom trigger, and the first policy is Octory. It will install Octory resource, and then it will install Octory agent, and then Octory agent will kick in, and after we will install all like Google Chrome, all those things we will get installed. So I can give you a link. So there is, I'm just following. I just got the reference from Slack, because so the enrollment complete trigger is not reliable sometimes, so it won't trigger, right? So I have seen from the Slack. So there is a workflow which is created, how to enroll your device the best way. So I just following. Again, I have a time, then I'll ping you those link. So it has how to create a first enrollment, how to create it. We have those the workflow available in GitHub.
Okay. Sorry guys, I just got a timer set. Yeah. So we are already 20 minutes behind our schedule. I'm sorry, Shyam.
No issues.
We will have a general discussion, and Shyam is always with us. We are probably again while we are doing the session, we will have the Octory live demo, the way you kind of probably can record one of your device. So what we are moving to, sorry, let me join from this. So if you can disconnect the audio there. Yeah, thank you. That was, a lot of information, like both the topics if we talk about. And this topic is kind of getting even more interesting, because like it was while we were talking about Octory, someone talked about Splash Buddy, someone talked about Jamf Helper. Some of you may have already worked on Cocoa Dialog, which was a thing before, right? So that thing is evolving a lot, and now we are saying, okay, self-service onboarding, which is coming with Jamf Pro. Whether do we need the Octory anymore or not for the visual feedback? Like that would be the question that I would ask myself. Last year, when Wipro was where they kind of onboarded quite huge number of devices, they were using Octory for doing the visual feedback. Devices are getting onboarded, 15,000 devices, and their CEO is giving a message to their employee So the message was a way of the user listening to Wipro's code of conduct or some message. And meanwhile, Jamf was installing all the application on the zero touch environment. So while we are moving towards that direction and we have self-service onboarding coming in, we have even something cooler, which is currently into beta, which we have Mischa to talk about. So I don't want to steal the thunder for the topic. So I invite Mischa to talk about the tech topic of the day.
Bio break for 5 minutes?
Oh yeah. So let's take a bio break. Yeah. So let's take a bio break and then we'll start Misha's session. So it's 4:40. So let's regroup at 4:45. Yeah. Can you just confirm whether they can hear you? And
Hello, can you hear me?
can someone please confirm?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Super. So over to you, Misha.
Yes, 1 second. Oh, gotta throw things
And,
away.
if you want to use me as a
No,
stand, you
I
can.
gotta click.
Oh, perfect.
I'm gonna look if my clicker is working, yes or no.
Finally, my back is not
Yeah, it's working. Okay, yeah, I can do it quick, right? Because I already had an introduction.
Yeah.
So I don't need to do that, but I just gonna say hello again, and I feel very welcome by you all, by the way.
Just for your information, so we have few people joining in from Hyderabad, 10 people together.
Yeah.
We work 2 people in Pune
Yeah.
together, and close to 26 people joined virtually. So you are talking to close to 60 people right now.
Okay, now, well, now I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'll sit down.
I started throwing numbers unnecessarily.
And also, the jump card lady needs to come back as well, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, again, thank you. It's honored to be here, and it's also very nice to see that what I'm doing back in Holland, you do it here in India. And like, Kavan said, it's like literally, we are all doing the same thing globally. So how can we make it easier for each other to connect, right? I have a couple of slides here. So this part I already talked about. That's me, right? Everybody knows what fun means now, right? It's from, but it doesn't have a meaning in my name. Later, I'm the managing consulting engineering at EMEA.
Mischa, we cannot hear you properly.
About that,
Could you please speak a little louder?
Mac admin for 25 plus years, so been around the block. I know people, I know your system, I know what you do. I know your issues because I have them as well. And we do our best to resolve it. And what I also do is I'm doing the Benelux and Apple admins in the Netherlands. So what Kavan is doing here, I'm doing in Europe. And it's
Mischa,
tell you because that's why we have so much friends, and I call it like family, right? That's kind of.
Mischa, we cannot hear you. Could you speak a little louder?
There's something was very important.
No, audio is low, so can you keep
Okay.
your
So I
close to your
1 second is also one. I will do something here. Little keynote demo here. Where is it? Because I forgot to remove this one. Yeah, I will put it here so everybody can hear me loud and clear. Okay. So what Kavan was saying, and I was really surprised how way back you go and what you did to communicate with each other in India, right? Coming from an emailing list, WhatsApp list, and then Telegram at the moment and Slack. And I know there's limitations on the Slack. However, if you don't have a business MacBook or you just have a personal laptop or browser, you can always reach out to Slack. Because here's like 65,000 Mac admins. So not only India, everybody, right? And you can have the personal India Slack group, but you also have the specific Octory group. Because it was a nice presentation what I just saw. But there's also a channel from Octory, so if you hit an issue, you can go there. And also if you have an issue with Jump Cloud, you can go there. If you have an issue with Jamf, you can go there. So it's a really quick way to communicate, and sometimes it's better than a support call or a ticket. Because it's 24/7, somebody's there. Can be Australia, can be the West Coast, the East Coast, from America. It can be Europe. It can be you guys. So if I wake up, you guys are already having lunch, right? So and that's kind of funny because sometimes I'm like, let's put something in Slack and I'll see you tomorrow. Bing! Hello. Okay. Thank you. And then okay, in the evening I will do some coding. Beside of that, I have also got the links below it. Beside of that is also the store. So there's a foundation and there's swag, right? So you love swag, I can see, but also what the thing is, you support the foundation, right? So every t-shirt swag you buy, there will be money donated to the foundation, and the foundation will make sure that admins that don't have money has a chance to learn and go to trainings and go to conferences and that kind of stuff. So support the community. And the Mac admins, and Kavan just told me that 6 months ago somebody was already on the podcast, right? I think they were way back on 2016 was one of the first podcasts. I know the guys as well. It's awesome to listen. The information is very, very well, and you can just look it back. The thing I was mentioning, wanted to say when you said Telegram, I don't know Telegram, by the way. I know it's a communication tool, but this thing has also got historical data. So if you search, you will find an answer. I don't know how that works in Telegram. Maybe you got lost in translation, but this is also easy to look up information. Just a tip. So another good resource, Scripting Noses.
Yeah.
And you know them already. And I will talk again about, hey, why can't you sell your books in India? What? Right? Make a PDF or something. Help the guys, because he has a lot of knowledge. And he's one of my team members. So I'm lucky to work with him many years, because in the old days when I had my company, I was his boss, and now I'm his colleague. And I'm very honored to work with him. Coming on that, I work for Jamf, but I'm also Mac admin. So I like to share and I like to talk. So I keep it rolling. But I'm on the Jamf consulting engineering team, and we do a lot for our customers. We're the implementation team, so we do a lot of implementation by big environments. So we see a lot, we see the problems, we talk to a lot of people, security people, etc. But I think you see a lot of applications that you're already working that is built by one of our team members. That's kind of cool, because we're not development, we're just IT guys, just like you. And we just, if we can share it to the community or for the Jamf customers, we will do that. So a quick example with a couple of things what we already did. This is a couple of new ones, like the return of service application, because we've got a new API. Apple has released a new API. So we created an iOS application where you can do that. You can all search it on the marketplace. Because we've got a big marketplace. I think there's over 400 connections already. That's also because of our powerful API of Jamf Server. This is a kind of cool thing. This is Java. There's a webhook server. So if you don't have a webhook server in your environment, just download this one. You have a webhook server then. So you can react on actions. One question. Do you know this project? Who is using it?
Compliance reporter?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you like it?
no. So, yeah,
Why don't you like it?
it takes more memory and also
Okay, it's take a lot of time to
lot of
configure.
time.
It's hard, right?
It's hundreds
Okay.
of times, sometimes we reach to security, who's owning these applications, right? We used to say that just bypass these applications. And
Yeah. Okay. So it's hard to maintain.
It's hard.
Yeah, but it's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Because the guys from NASA built this, and all the CS benchmarking, all the benchmarking, security benchmark is in there, and you can use it as an admin. But it's kind of hard to do in the terminal and make those things, right?
So part of Java Protect, right?
No, because this is not a part. This is a community tool.
Okay.
And this community tool allows you to create documentation and configuration to upload in your MDM server and to make sure that your devices are compliant. But this tool is I think it's easy to use. However, via the terminal and via YAML files. And if you're not used to that, you can be struggling. Okay. Anybody remote using this tool? Anyways, otherwise you can comment it in text. But what we built, our team built, or not our team, a couple of team members and a guy from the training organization, we built this one, the Jamf Compliance Editor. And the Jamf Compliance Editor helps you that bit what you struggle with if you're not familiar with the terminal. So it's all about end user experience. It's also about end user experience as an admin. So this is the GUI, right? We can choose here. We're going to say like, hey, we're going to use an existed profile, we'll create a new one. So here we're going to create a new one. And it's a lot of information, but it's also quite simple. In the top left, you see the CA's benchmark level. And this we are choosing level 1. However, you can also choose all the industry benchmarks. So on the left side, you got the sections, and in the middle, you see all the rules, right? And we can easily enable or disable the rule, because not all the rules is applicable in your organization. And what we then can do is like, if we have a modification in our own organization, we can edit it. We can change the rule setting on our rule set, because this is the guidelines, right? And the next thing we can do, so if you're ready, you selected the rules, you change the settings to your matters, then we can create a guideline, just a button. Wait a minute, and it will, you get a folder on your desktop with everything what you need. Now, of course, we can upload everything into Jamf if you want. And if you run this on a test machine, this configuration will be audited on your device. So how does it look like if you go to the folder? It's a long list with a lot of stuff, but it's not so long because the first bit is the documentation bit and the compliance script. The second part is for Jamf Pro, the extension attributes. Then we have the mobile config, we got the preferences and the unsigned, the plist. So literally you can upload it and you're already done. And you can use the plist, so you get all the options. And the last is the audit script. So, and if I look at the documentation, so we are at Mac admins, but we are already doing it for a security officer. And so they want to see what you remediate, why you do it, and how you do it, and how you check it. So with this documentation of the CS benchmark, this is one for the Mac admins for India. So me and Kavan changed it. So we tailored this one. So we are also in the list. And if I go back to a compliance rule, like for example, disable AirPlay receiver, here's the reason why we do that. This is what you need to do. This is the result. So if the result is not false, then it's a finding. And then how do you remediate that? Is here, it's configuration profile. And here's all the IDs, references to all the CI's benchmarks, all the benchmark levels. So it's quite easy. So if I click on the upload button, it's quite simple. Boop, everything comes in your Jamf. You got a section and category. You get all the configuration profiles. The only thing what you need to do is scope. Yeah. And you're done. So updating that is quite easier than doing in the terminal, time consuming. So we try to help you guys to enable the security bit, because security is quite important, just like the first presenter. And I listened to his story and all the things. I was like, yeah, check. Yes, you're right. He's on a good spot, because we need to make sure that we secure the end users, their endpoints. And I mentioned it a couple of times in the meetings as well this week. I want to be in the shadow. So that means that I'm on the device, but they don't feel it. So no resources have been taken. It's like, and the only thing is like, if something happens, oh, we gotta save you here. We're going to remove this malicious file, and we're going to inform the user, and the rest, we're going to do it in the backend. But it must be lightweight. Yeah. You can download it here. So this was an extra thing what I want to highlight, and what Kavan asked me to do, like, hey, I know this is a really important tool, highlight the tool to the people. But I got something else for you guys, because I'm talking about end user experience. Is also your end user experience and the end user experience. But who is the end user? The admin, the guy behind the computer, multiple, right? I like that what Apple is doing with surprise and delight, because everything what Apple is doing is like amazing. It's easy, it's like it doesn't matter what you do, it's there. But sometimes I need to find, oh, my mouse is already there. So they have a lot of how do you say that? investigations how people react on a mouse and how they work best. That's amazing how they do that. So I really like the fact, and I want to keep that native experience as native as possible. But to do so, and it's kind of funny because we have worked on deployment orders, and I want to talk about that because Octory is one, that Notify is one, the new Jamf onboarding is one. There's that notifier in Connect. There's a lot of tools out there what you can do. Jamf helper, you name it. But what's always the same is the following. We deploy, we start with the Apple Setup Assistant. After enabling to the Wi-Fi, we connect to Apple, we get management. We authenticate, we get management. Then we do a couple of clicks for settings, and then we go to the user creation. So the user, there's a user interaction. Can be going to how to say that, Jamf Connect or just a setup assistant, but here we're going to create the user. Then we go to the desktop. There comes that notifier, Octory, Swift Dialog, all those tool sets, right? But in the worst scenario, we lock the device as well, full screen. Experience for the user. Wait a minute, I just set up my Mac and I'm on the desktop, I cannot work. Because if I don't lock it, I'm on, it doesn't work. Ticket. You can answer, I cannot work. Yeah, we're not finished, right? So we were thinking, my team was thinking like, what if? Well, what if we can do this? The logical sense, saying like, hey, we can do management, then we do the applications, then we finalize the steps, then we still do the user interaction because that's still needed. Then you come on the desktop and you get the dock, and maybe you finalize it with the new onboarding tool where you do the user space stuff. Because remember, this is machine space, that is user space. There's a limitation there because you cannot install user stuff in a machine level. So we need to be careful of saying like, if we are doing something here, this is literally machine things and not user. If I'm in the user, I can do everything because I can install machine level and user level. So keep that in mind. Then, now with that in back in our mind, that is a workflow from Apple. We have enrollment workflows, and I have a question for you guys. User initiated enrollments. Familiar with that? Yeah. I think so, right? This is how we start MDM.
Yeah.
So it's quite simple. We go to a website, enrollment website, doesn't matter, Jamf Cloud, VMware, Jamf, doesn't matter. Everybody does the same. We enroll, we download the MDM profile, and in the end, we got the management. The end user does it himself, or IT does it for them. But the machine is already installed. It's already bypassed all the things. Zero touch deployment. Also familiar. Are you using it?
Yeah.
All?
Oh, yeah.
That's the way. That's the way. So we all know we drop shipping the device to the end user is still in wrapped, right? They can do surprise delight. Oh, my Mac, it's different than Windows. And then turn it on, go to the Wi-Fi, and you got the MDM profile, and boom, you set up your device. That experience for that user is so powerful,
yeah. Right?
Because they think they set up their machine. But you know what zero touch means, by the way, because he touched the machines. Zero touch by IT, because we all automate stuff, and we love automation. Okay? Do you know this? Do you know it? He knows, he already saw it. Does anybody has an idea what this is? Because if I show it, you are like, we are doing that. So I just explained zero touch IT, no IT. This is single touch by IT. So that means instead of going the device towards the end user, it goes to IT. Yeah. IT will do something on it, right? Make sure that the things what needed is on the device and wrap it up, white glove treatment to VIP. They open up the device and they log in and they can work. Right? Because we got bosses, they earn a lot of money, they're not going to set up a device. They're not going to wait 1 hour to Octory. It's nice, all the videos, but no way. I hired you guys, right? But then you were wondering like, okay, but why shall I do this instead of zero touch? Well, if you have a customer like Starbucks, where track the internet, time consuming. You want to save time. Sorry to say Starbucks. Is somebody Starbucks here? No. No, I just joking because if you do the guest Wi-Fi for Starbucks, it's not so happy. It's not so fast.
Get on the car.
Yeah, I know it's too late. Sorry. No, but it's all like everybody's saying Starbucks as an example because everybody is drinking Starbucks coffee. And that's a good thing because it's delicious. No, but it's time consuming, right? And if you want to install Microsoft Office, for example, it's a big installation. And it's a download and an installation. But it can also be like simple. My IT organization just do it for their customers, and the customers are our end users. Doesn't matter who it is, we set it up. They come to the IT office, we set them up, we're gonna show them the way. It's an onboarding process for them. Can also be a reason. Another reason is the security officer. I want my security tools on there before the user is there. And now there's gonna be one challenge. Can I have your password and your emails, and then I will set up your device for you? Sure, trust my blue eyes. I will do nothing with it. No, we don't have user information. So we juggle around with accounts. So I have an enrollment account, and then I do everything, and then I go back, and destroy that account, or just leave it be, or whatever. But then Apple comes to play. Because Apple is securing the devices, bootstrap tokens, secure tokens, volume owners. If one is not working, all the updates by MDM doesn't work, the reinstall doesn't work, you name it, right? So your whole ecosystem on the device can be broken. Some people make it work, but you want to support yourself, or you want to make it easier and sleep at night. So this is why you have the scenario. So I have a demo, and I want to say do a live demo, but we got a lot of people in the remote, so I'm not going to do a live demo. I got a video. So I will start it. Everybody knows this, right?
Yeah.
Apple Business Manager. So we need to authenticate. And this is the scenario, by the way. I'll freeze it. I'm going to enroll this device to Armin. So I, as IT, my VIP is Armin, and I'm going to set it up for you. Okay? So normal enrollment, I need to authenticate because if I dropship this device, it will go to the post, and then if somebody steal it, right? We want the security already because it's our device. So I authenticate, and if I'm approved, it goes forward. So hopefully I can type in good. Password is good. So Jamf for free. Anyway, so what it does now is the MDM. This is the MDM enrollment. So I'm communicating with my server, the cloud enroll. I get my certificates, all the stuff. I get it in there, and once that is enrolled, I already get configuration profiles like Jamf Connect, and I install something extra. It's just a configuration profile what I install. And then there's a small application, 2.6 MB. That is what we install and what we use. Slightly something like Octory. And once that is done, we prompt it to the screen. And I will say I will stop it here. We're not killing anything. We're just opening with the management framework this application we just installed. And we're waiting here, Jamf to be finalized. And by the way, it's already ready because we're checking a couple of things. Now pause it again. So we were checking some things because we have MDM enabled and we got agent enabled. I want to wait that I have the full management enabled. Because if I'm there, I go to the next step. This is the user assignment. So I will assign the user of this device to Armin now. And we also got a check in there. I know what email or enter ID I need to fill in, or the format. Then this is optional. You have an asset tag, but you can also be department, all the things you can grow with. So I want to make it simple. In the back end, it's already working because it's a native application. We're already installing stuff. So I set the time zone, I already installed Zoom, and I did Google. I'll pause here a bit. So in the meantime, he's installing Google. This bit is quite informational. It's quite handy for me. Why? I'm getting older. My eyes are bad. But can you read the serial number on the back of your Mac? I not. I always use my phone and I'm long-lived a new function that I copy the text, right? But even that is so horrible because normally if somebody wants that information, so what we did is like, I know the Jamf ID. Quite simple. Jamf 74, thank you. And even I have the serial number 9. This is a fake one. But I got all the information of what I want. I even see the download speed. And I'm lucky, this is my home download. I got one up, one down, gigabyte. And then information of the application, of course. So during setup, I have all the information towards what I need if there's something an issue. So in the meantime, in the background, the installation will go forward. And don't forget, there's no user on the device at the moment, right? We just passed by the setup. So the MDM enrollment. No, it's like, that's what I mean by time consuming. So it will speed up in a bit, because that is really a long installation. And if you want to do it by an end user, I got big internet, right? But if it's going to be somewhere with an enrollment with this group of people, that's normal. If it's onboarding them the first of the month and your Wi-Fi is sharing all the information, oh, that can be a thing. Okay, so I'm done. Even this we automate because I talk a lot, and if I see somebody with a coffee, this will finalize and automate it, shut down or continue, because I can also shut it down. You saw I enabled location, but with Jamf Connect, I logged it to Armin. I said this machine is for Armin, so only Armin can unlock it. So he needs to connect Wi-Fi. He was already connected because I didn't shut it down. And he authenticates to the IDP. So then he creates the account and he sees the user license agreement for the first time. Because the moment where I just saw the location, that is the moment that he touched the device. So the last bit where Armin came in place was 30 seconds. I think VIP will love that. I think. No, but I have a lot of customers with this kind of challenges, and this is literally helpful for them. Because literally they prepare, close the lid, put it in the Apple box back and ship it, and the VIP or somebody else just open it and that's it. So, and this is kind of funny because I'm a manager, because behind every good assistant like Armin is a great manager, setup manager. We call it setup manager because the setup assistant, we need an extra thing, and that's the manager. And I know a tie is not the thing for Apple, but that's why we did a tie. So setup manager is only configured by the configuration profile. So no scripting needed, because we are thinking on the end user perspective, but also for the admin, ease of configuration. So package, configuration profile, done, quite easy. I think with Octory, with the, yeah, it's a little bit harder than ours. Anyways, it's supported for Jamf Pro and Jamf School. We're working on the other Jamf products as well. What you can do is you can customize the branding, because companies love white labeling branding, and I understand that, because if you go to the customer, it's an Apple, I know that, but you're gonna work at Jamf, so I want to see Jamf. Even the background I can influence if I want, with the company, thing, whatever. That's kind of helpful. Like I said, information about the Mac is already there. Very helpful if there's a need. There's also logs, so Command L, you see logs. Because we are IT, more information, the better we can support and troubleshoot. Custom fields. So I just said it, I only use 2 because I'm a lazy typer. But I also think some things you need to automate. So computer naming, you can optional do it yourself, or you can automate it. There's an option that you can make sure that the device will be named. Name convention is what you need. I need to click. Like I said, Swift UI, configuration profile. The only thing what you need to do is you have a package and the mobile config, and you put it in the presets.
Yeah.
That's it. This can also be on other, it is supported for other workflows as well, like zero touch. You can also do it. You only leave away the user assignment, because then the user who's assigning will be the user registered in the end. Because Jamf is recognizing, hey, you're an admin. Yeah, I need to register it for you. Then in the end, we register the device on you, not on the admin, because otherwise the admin will all have 100 machines. I don't want that. Anyways, what else? There's a lot of support in there as well, native support, and maybe you can help us as well. Because we have the icon and title messaging we can change, we also got localization, and we are growing because we are Europe. We got a lot of languages. But if you are in a situation like we want English, or you want like your language, raise your hand. We will give you the files because it's Swift, and you got literally got the files with text. You translate it to the language, and we make sure that it's coming in. And if your Mac is going to be having that language, we will prompt your language. Otherwise, it will be default English.
Is it possible to have this language based on region? Because we have customers across the globe, right? So someone from Germany or someone.
Yeah, but because the thing is, the language is behavioral on the language you choose for the Mac.
Okay.
So if the German choose German, it will be German. Genau. Genau. And then if you go to Holland, hello, welkom bij je Mac, right? And if you go to India, namaste, right? So they're literally we don't set the value on the language. We the system volume, the system language is leading. So we're lazy. I don't want to control that, because otherwise somebody in England get your language. Like, what is this? So anyways, user entry, right? But also remember, you can customize other languages, because then you say like, oh, in Holland, it's something else. If you want to customize the default settings, because I'm talking about default, but if you want to override the default title, you can also override it in the language. Very simple. Username and hashtag, I already told you that. So the action is what we do here. So we saw the tiles, right? And as you can see, we will try to be as native as possible at Apple, because I don't want to interfere the setup assistant experience, right? Because this is all something different, and we are training our end users saying like, don't click on malicious things. So I want to be so native as possible. But the tiles, I can explain what it is. So the actions, we can have a little bit shell scripting, because we are running it from the MDM. We have root permissions, and we're still in user space, but in machine space. So we have limited options there. Then Jamf Pro triggers, of course. We're calling Jamf Pro policies, and Jamf Pro is installing it. So like the question for Octory, this tool is not installing everything. Jamf Pro will install it. And we just say, I want Office now, I want this now. So you control the whole deployment order. The second thing we have is WatchPath. So Mac App Store, you know it, it's hard to follow. The only thing what we do, we have a WatchPath. If that application is there, it is installed. Is it working? Apple gives us more information so we can load that. But anyways, we just look, is it there? Yes or no. And we already know if the application is in the location, then it's going to be working. Other thing we have is Installermeter. Do you know Installermeter? Yeah. Use it. Yeah. Thank you, Armin. Right? So if you don't care about version, you want the latest and greatest. You just don't have. I'm a lazy admin. I just use Installermeter because we're using the security tool from Apple, Gatekeeper, etc. But also the extra the check of the team identifier is okay from the vendor. There are no man in the middle attack. I'm fine with that. So if I install Office, it will be the latest and greatest. Last but not least, if you want to join the beta, it's a simple email. It's hard, right? No, you can email. It's a private beta, so it's not open yet. We are working on version 1. I think it's already product ready, but there's a lot of things that we need to do before we can open the source it. Open source will only be the application, by the way, not the code. But if you want to test it now in your environment, please do. Remember, it's a private beta, so not in production. I know you all are integrators and stuff, and you know, oh, this is handy, but no, not in production yet. Only version 1 you go in production. But yeah, that's me talking to Armin. He's always scared if I have an idea. So if you have any questions, and if not, we can do it later. How am I on the time?
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, but we'll do something first, and then we'll open up for the question and answer all this later.
Yes, yes. And I will later on, I will grab my test laptop and I will demonstrate it live for you guys. So you can look it, you can touch it if you want, and you also see how I combine it with the new onboarding tool, what we have by self-service. And I will explain then a little bit because I wanted to do it live, but there's so many people remote, so we couldn't share it. So I need to do the video. I'm rather bold than making sure that it works, you know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna do something else, or I'm gonna stop my sharing.
Well, yeah, be on the stage. If you can, yeah, stop the Zoom itself first. Okay, I think you can hear me now, right? Good, Vibin?
Yes.
It's confirmed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. So while we were kind of talking about Mischa,
You share a screen again.
it's shared. It's blank. It's a black screen. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So I am smart at times. So that's where the Mac Admins India team, they requested if you can do the launch, and we are honored that you accepted that. You'll be honored to do that. So that's where we really want to invite Mischa for doing the launch. So we are doing the launch of our website for Mac Admins India. Over to you, Mischa. So you need to, yeah, as you know, you need to click on the logo.
On the logo, because that's the community.
Just a second. Yeah.
Oh,
Again, I need to say my computer sound should be enabled. Otherwise, it will not work the way it is supposed to be. So again,
if you do this,
no, I need to.
just click it. Just click it. I know. I work with this.
Yeah.
No, click on the green button there.
Okay.
Yeah. Just share again. No, click on share again.
Okay.
Then okay, it's fine. Then you can share again. It's fine.
No, because I have macOS Sonoma with voice isolation on.
What?
That's fine. That's fine.
You saw it already.
We are replaying that. Sorry.
I'll go here again.
Yeah.
How
No.
many Mac admins does it take?
Okay, coming back again.
Okay. So
Alright.
yeah, over to you.
Well, first of all, I'm honored to do this, by the way, and I'm honored that I was asked. So yes, of course.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Mac Admins India Winter. Our community has a vibrant group of Apple IT professionals who share their knowledge and expertise to help each other support and manage Apple devices in India. A warm welcome to each of you on this momentous occasion as we prepare to unveil our brand new website. We are honored to have our esteemed guest, Mischa van der Bent from Jamf, grace this event with his presence. Your presence here today is an honor, and we are incredibly grateful for your willingness to meet our Mac Admins India community this afternoon. Mischa's expertise and insights as Mac admin are truly inspiring, and we are privileged to have him with us today. Thank you all for your presence. As we stand on the precipice of unveiling our brand new website, we invite you to perform the official launch.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. And boom. All right.
So I know few of you have already seen this while we were making the post and other thing, but now onwards, all the events, the documents and everything, we making the awareness, like go to Slack and post more stuff there rather just Telegram or WhatsApp group. This will be the platform which we would want to focus more as Mac Admins India. There would be an email address as well as contact information where you want to nominate other Mac Admins member as well. We can do that. And now, while we are here, just make a note, macadmins.in, we are aligning with the names which are there for our admins. So Mac Admins or macadmins.software, which was quite famous for downloading the software. For us, it's quite easy to remember, macadmins.in. And I cannot thank enough one of our community member Karthik, who is leading the way. He worked day and night for making this go live before we can host this particular event. And like this is probably the 1.00 version, and it will have a lot of enhancement that he is promising us. But now it's community, more people can come join and do wonders on the website creation. And thanks to AI, we could do the hosting the way we want. And thank you to Patrick as well for doing the voiceover for AI.
Yeah, he fooled me this way. I was like sitting here, he was showing me the website for the first time, and then the voice, I was like, hey, that's Patrick. He said, yes, it's Patrick. And I'm like, chanting Patrick. Oh man, I'm in India and I hear your voice. And you were like, like, oh, you fooled me. But anyway, it was a good joke. It was a good joke.
All right. So that's almost it for today. So just moving next, if we have anything left. Oh, there are a lot of fireworks. Okay, come on, go on.
Eco-friendly fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah, so wait a minute, there is one more thing. I'm not exactly like how the Apple folks they do, but still, wait a minute, there is one more thing. So while we were deciding for this meeting, we decided we will start encouraging the fellow Mac admin members who are currently doing good job, like maybe they are speaking in the Mac admins, like what Shyam did, what the other speaker did today. Even a month back, Shyam also spoke for another topic, and there are so many members that we want to encourage. So what we will do, we will encourage 1 or 2 person every meeting, so that the community keeps on rolling, and we want to see fresh names coming to the community. So that's where we are starting Hall of Fame for Mac admins in India, which we ideally kept out of the agenda. So we have a couple of giveaways, and while we were talking like whether we should be giving any gifts or what, so that's where we decided no matter whether we can get a gift or not, we need to have a name. So the Mac admins are rolling and they are talking to each other in the group. So probably next time I want to have a path breaker or tailblazer or anything that you want to do on Slack. So someone who probably will lead the way for making sure more and more conversations are happening on Slack. We will probably consider that person for Hall of Fame. So let's move forward for the first award that we want to give away, or Hall of Fame, which is Mac Update Maverick. So anytime like Apple releases a new update, or Jamf releases a new update, or any other product that you are using like Microsoft Intune, Jamf Cloud, or VMware, any new update, that person is like, okay, these are the things which got released. I probably don't watch the highlight video anymore, because I know that person will probably post such stuff in the Telegram group. So any guess who that guy would be that we are giving Hall of Fame? So anytime a new feature, he just posts about that in our group. So any guesses who that guy name could be?
I guess it would be Singh.
Okay, that's the right guess. So congratulations, Anshu. You promised that you will come in person for today, but you didn't come, so I am still not happy for that. But congratulations for winning this Mac Update Maverick Hall of Fame for this particular meetup. Anshu worked as consultant 1 at Ellie Lilly and Company, and he is one of the member who is managing iOS device in number of thousands. So one of the Mac admin, if you need to reach out for iOS, he's the guy. Anshu, you're still there, right? On virtually? I don't know.
I'm here, Kavan. I'm here. As you might guess from my voice, actually from last night, I got a bit of fever, so couldn't make it. So my apologies, but next time for sure I'll be there.
Sure thing. So thank you so much, and you take care. So we are moving to the next
Nice one, Anshu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So we have another one to give away. Anshu, we will have a goodie sent to you, or probably next time when you are here, I'll give away the swag that we have got for you. Okay, so the next one which we have is for career catalyst. So someone who is sharing the jobs. Okay, that is a new job posting which is there. Like, okay, this company is looking for a Mac admin. So that is a person who probably is kind of helper to many people who are looking for a new job. So that's where we thought, okay, let's give the Hall of Fame to this particular person for this meeting. So any guess who this guy would be? And if we have him or her in the room, Hafiz. So,
You are the real hero, man.
So, Kumar, that goodie Mischa can hand over, yeah. So, Mischa, if you can.
No,
Okay, the honor, right?
Yeah.
Not for you, Mischa.
No, not for me? I have a better. You have a job for me? You know where I have to work? Congratulations. Yeah, go ahead. So post a job for me, huh?
Okay. So, thank you so much for that. And the last award which we have kept is for the bridge builder. So I'll just kind of tell why we are giving this award. So we have someone who is always making sure that this group is functional, who is kind of standing like a wall to make sure all the Mac admins in India are quite functional. He reaches out to people at probably 1 a.m. at midnight. While we are doing such meetings, when we decide what should be the agenda, he will reach out to different people to decide, okay, whether you will speak for this particular meetup or not. And then he builds an amazing website in just kind of 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's something freaking awesome. He's been kind of the trailblazer for initiating the Slack group for Mac Admins India, the WhatsApp group for Mac Admins India, Telegram group for Mac Admin India. So the person who kind of got nominated to attend JNAC last year, also only speaker who went to Mac Admin podcast. So we thought if we don't nominate him for at least the website, there are so many other things that we can nominate him for, but like this one is only for the website creation, because he is going to bridge everything, all the platform that we are scattered, and to the one platform together as macadmins.in. So this is for Karthik. I know he is. So he is currently at Sabrimala Pilgrim, and he attended when we were doing the setup, he was topless because they were going in that. So I have taken those photos. So probably during next meeting when we are having beer bash or anything, we are going to make fun of him with those photographs. So I will share those photographs during the next meetup, but I cannot thank him enough. Neither, like, this entire community cannot thank him enough for what he is doing for the community here. So Karthikeya Marappan, who is staff IT system admin, who works at Secure, he probably has worked for Adobe, VMware and Jamf, so quite old in the macOS admin community for India. So a round of applause for Karthik. So before we move and start the general discussion for the question answer, the Mac admins in India have got something for you. So that are the swags.
I like swag,
Yeah, so that are the swags. So we are now officially, the swags and everything would be available on the website and other things. So we are still working whether we will be doing the crowdfunding or it would be we will do the swag in slots like what we did this time. So it is not clear yet, but while you go back, we don't want you to go empty-handed, and every time you probably go to an event, you have a extra t-shirt of Mac Admins India that you can wear. So that's where I would ask my friends to hand over. If you need a t-shirt.
Man, I'm gonna spoil it here. Next time
And I just wish that it doesn't fit to you so I can get into that. Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so that's for you, Mischa.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. I will wear it with proud. So thank you.
And we have something else as well, is what he's telling. So you need to do more publicity for Mac admins in India is what we are saying in other way. So we have a calendar. So you will get reminders of Mac admins India every day.
Yeah, the whole 2024.
Whole 2024. So that's something that
thank you very much.
the admin sort of.
Oh, man. It's my birthday.
No, I'm okay.
You know it was my birthday on Monday, right? So
Yeah, so he kind of a late birthday surprises.
And a mug.
And a mug.
Yeah.
Putting your plug in the door. And finally a water flask.
I have so much people who are going to be jealous at home.
So you need to post a photo with all the specs that.
Oh yes. Here and a bottle. Oh my god. Also logo.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta show this. Between you and us, and me, sorry, Armin will be so jealous. I thank you very much. I'm really honored and I'm really glad that
Thank you.
And I'm literally happy that I'm here and that I could demonstrate something for you guys. And the community you have is awesome. So thank you as well, because you're also applause for him here, because he's also working. Thank you.
And I have my wonderful colleagues whom we couldn't introduce because Varun was only here. Kumar and Rishi. Rishi, you already know from the previous meeting. If you can just introduce yourself, all three of you, so they all know.
I'm Kumar Gaurav. I think most of you already know me. If not,
Come here. He's my guy for the whole week, by the way. He's the best guy.
Hi, good evening, everyone. First of all, glad to have you over here, and congratulations to everyone to have our Mac Admin India page now. If you don't know me, I am Kumar Gaurav. I am a system engineer in Jamf, working with Jamf last 2 years approximately, but working with Apple ecosystem in last 10 to 12 years, right? In 2011, I started my career. Yeah, over to you, Varun.
Okay. So I think we have met some of you before the start of the session, but for the folks connected remotely, hi, my name is Varun. I've been in Jamf for around 5 years now. I'm not sure I can say it, I'm proud to say it, but I'm the second employee of Jamf in India.
Good man.
But to be a first, I am the first technical employee. I can say that. First technical employee.
Yeah. I'll take the second one, technical, first technical employee.
I'm the senior sales engineer for Jamf in India for around 5 years now. And it's good to see that the whole community is coming in, and we have got now one single platform where everyone would share the ideas and help each other out. That's great to have you all. Thank you.
Chief.
Yeah.
Our captain.
Hello everyone. My name is Rishi, and I manage sales for South, including a few strategic accounts. So you could say I'm the only non-technical person.
He's very much technical. all the new gadgets would be with him only.
Yeah, and congratulations everyone for having the website up. It's great, rather than depend on a Slack or a message or WhatsApp. It's great to have a landing page where you can go and you get your updates. So I'm sure it's just gonna grow and just be great. Congratulations everyone once again. So I always go back, I attend these for 5-10 minutes and I go back and say, gosh, I'm getting so old, but there's nothing that I learned. Everything goes like.
I'm not going to comment on that.
So,
do you see my hairstyles? I've been a little bit bald here, so yeah. I have been for a couple of more years to go, and then I'm like you, like, oh.
So I know my friends, Armin would be having kind of FOMO right now, a lot of fear of missing out.
Yeah, FOMO.
So
not only Armin. I think on my whole team.
Yeah.
So because of them, of course, because those are our heroes here in India, by the way. Because we are doing the work in EMEA and we got colleagues in US, and those two are free here, sorry, does the work here, and this is a really big reason. So yeah, I'm really proud to be here by them because they did a tremendous job over the years, especially during COVID and that kind of stuff. So yeah, we all work hard and we have all hard from. Yeah.
So many of them were already part of Jamf Hero groups for customer as well as partners and Jamf Nation members for a long time. So the community, even if they were not part of the community, because they were supporting any global Jamf customer, they were already part of the Jamf group. Yeah, so thank you so much guys who are there virtually. We are open for the question answers for all 3 tech sessions that we did. Otherwise, if you have any questions to us as well as Jump Cloud, you can ask us as well. So like
I have not prepared. Yeah, I have a question. No.
Yeah. So we
do the questions from. Are the questions remote? Because we've got 5 minutes before the screen go close.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's fine.
It will continue. Yeah.
Because I think that I have respect for the remote guys because they're not here. Yeah. So it's hard to follow sometimes, and I think yeah. Also, thank you to be here. And how many are there? 21 in the room. So still a lot. So yeah, the floor is open, right? So if somebody has a question, not about Windows, shoot. I don't mind. He doesn't.
Hello, guys. Bye. Thank you, Kavan.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
So Hyderabad guys.
Thank you.
Hey, charger
remotely. No, if everyone is dispersing, I think we have few snacks and soft drinks outside.
So sorry guys, this time we could not arrange the beer bash that we did last time. So let's see if we can do it next time. But guys who are here, there are really cool places just outside this campus. You can probably go by yourself, and by 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. you may find me and Varun just around there, or even Kumar just around there. So we can kind of.
But before we do that, yeah, sorry, but I want a picture.
Absolutely.
So,
without fail.
Without fail.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's do the picture here or
here
we have a better place.
Can we have a Mac admin background?
Yeah, why not?
Or
the website.
Or if the ones who are connected remotely, we can put their screen.
Now it's
I would say for clicking a picture, we need to go somewhere outside. Because
here this light
is making a problem. I'm just monitoring it.
So we'll take at least one photo with the background and we'll other
Yes.
It's good.
We can then go around like sitting forward and laying forward.
Yeah, we have enough chairs here, so.
I have one question on the Jamf setup manager.
Yes.
Like so in Dev Notifier or
sorry.
Sri Shivkumar from.
Yeah, you can remove my phone and put your.
So in Dev Notify and the Octory, so if it is get cancelled, the setup while doing the setup, so we need to clear the previous files and we need to initiate it again.
There is no previous file.
So in the
it's a configuration profile.
Okay. So
and in the end of the setup, we tell our application the setup is done, and then if you scope properly, you can say if setup is done, remove the previous file.
Okay. So for example, if internet connection is stopped in between during the setup, so what is the
new internet? No. Hotspot, no, mobile hotspot is the answer because then no network interruption. No, that's always the issue, right? But the thing is, setup manager knows if it's ready, yes or no. Even if you reboot the machine during setup, because end users, because we also have end users, and end users doesn't matter if it's going to be admin or whatever, because if they think it's ready, they close the lid or whatever. Setup manager will start again and pick up where he is. We literally know when we have done. Right, so if you do proper coding, you need to do that kind of stuff. So no internet, talk to your ISP, you need better stability. But if you reboot the machine, it will be just starting and finishing what it needs to do. Okay? And don't worry about files because it's just literally one application and a configuration profile. And then what I said, you can easily clean it up. It's like remove. It's in the utility folder. You remove this down. Yeah. And I will show it in a bit by over and bring. So I will just open my test laptop and I will do it.
You have your test laptop.
Yeah.
You can show that as well.
I have a sticker as well for laptops. So.
Oh, stickers for laptops. Awesome.
I don't think I can. Is it a Jamf sticker?
No, it's a Mac. Oh, you will get a Jamf sticker. Come on. Here, I want a Jump Cloud sticker.
I don't have any stickers.
Oh, because I will. Okay, this is my sticker collection. So everything.
You guys got some Jamf sticker?
Jamf sticker we may have.
I want if you guys have.
We may have.
We only give if she accepts.
I need a couple, but I won't
I mean, I can take it.
Maybe you need to get higher for Jamf.
Next to that he can. Yeah. You get the honor to pick it up. So.
20 people are watching you.
It's recorded.
Oh yeah, I think we can stop recording now.
I never look. Good. I need a good spot for that.
Yeah.